That and which.
That, which, and also whose, right?
Yes.
Excellent. And sometimes we learn that we can remove that, sometimes we cannot. So this is something that you already handled. So that was good. Thank you so much, Maria. We did it. Okay, so let's continue with our path of victory. So the next one, let's see the next one. Mention 3 personal achievements in life. Here, you have to use the tense that we use to mention personal or life achievements, okay? We studied that we use a specific tense to do this. So who can help me with this? Volunteers or victims? Because we have to move on. Okay, so let's go for this, Brian, because I know you were in class that day. And good music in the background. Brian?
Hello, I'm sorry, I just moved. What is the conditions on this?
Okay, mention 3 personal achievements in life. Remember that we use a specific tense to talk about achievements that you have. I don't want to give you clues. Achievements in life.
Bad memory. Because maybe I can say graduating from a university, but I don't know what's the topic that you're specifically looking for.
Okay, Brian, I'm going to help you. Okay, in this case, you will say, I have graduated from university.
I have completed a marathon. Maybe I have won a award. I have completed my favorite video game.
Okay,
but those are not achievements in life.
That is a big achievement, yes. Okay, I have started my own business. What about that?
Yeah, that's cool. I have improved my English since I started the course.
Excellent. Okay, so what is the tense, Brian, that we use for achievements?
I have, I don't know the name.
Present perfect. Present perfect.
I will not forget it now.
Okay, yes, that was the first class of this course, present perfect. And one of the one of the uses is for achievements. Excellent. So let's move on to the last part here. Okay, guys, if you want to finish this, please be active. Make a sentence using the first conditional. Yes? Another victim.
Me, teacher.
Okay, Roberto.
If we study more, we will pass all the questions.
Excellent. There you go. If we study more, we will pass all the questions. First conditional, okay? Excellent. That is a possibility. That is something real, okay? A possibility. Excellent. Remember that in this one, we will use if plus the present, and then we will use will plus any other verb. That is not the simple future because you can remove will for could. Hey, if I study more, I could do this. I might, I may. Okay, so you can replace will for any other modal of probability, okay? So good. Excellent. That's why we don't say simple future, because it's not the simple future, actually. Okay, so let's continue. And we have another one here. Make a sentence is first conditional negative in using maybe first conditional negative. Okay, because this one is almost the previous one, we are going to just omit this one because it's the same, but we have to use the negative form. That is the only change. Okay, what is the difference between clean and clean up, guys? I mentioned this in a class.
I don't know, clean up is a phrasal verb and clean can be used as both as a noun and as a verb as well.
A noun, a verb, and also an adjective. Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. Yes, very good. And that is true, totally true. And now about the use, guys, we use clean for everything. I want to clean my cell phone. I want to clean the table. Clean up is more a space, an area. We have to clean up the beach. That is a space, okay? An area. Clean up your room. In the US, they say clean up your room because it's a space and an area that we have to clean. So just for you to be on the lookout of this. Okay, next one. What is the meaning of stand out? No one knows?
It's when something it's more relevant from a group of objects. For example, if you have 5 books and 4 of them are black and 1 is red, and then you have a book that stands out from the group.
From the rest, okay.
For
That is-
example, if you have a student or an employee that performs better or worse than other people, then that person stands out.
Exactly. Those are correct, guys. Those definitions are correct. Stand out. And it's exactly what you just said. When you perform better, when something is different or have different traits, characteristics. Yes, so that is exactly what it means. In Spanish, we say this as sobresalir, okay? Sobresalir. And this is something good. This is a good or a positive adjective, guys, that you have to take into account because you have to stand out in every aspect of life. And if you are in a class, you have to stand out, okay? You have to stand out for sure. If you are in a training for a job position, you have to stand out. If you have in any job position, you have to stand out. This is something that you have to achieve in every aspect of life. So yes, that was good. And let me see here. I think we are not going to finish this today because we have more questions and I don't want to miss them. So in the next class, we are going to continue. But here we have another one. What's the meaning of brush upon, guys?
when you are improving in something, maybe.
Exactly, when you are improving something that you are already good at. All right, so yes, that is the meaning. Brush upon up something, on something. Exactly. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed. We have, of course, we have more um, questions that I prepared, but because of the time, we are going to stop because we have another topic for today. And this is also something that we don't want to miss. So now let's go with the topic for today. And by the way, guys, do you have any question about the previous review that we have done? Questions? Something that you want to clarify? No? Okay. So, guys, let's continue with the topics that we have to study. And today we are going to start with this new topic, which is modals for past, okay? Or past modals. We have three past modals, but the most common one, I didn't include it because we use it very often, which is could. So the three past modals that we have, guys, are could, should, and would, okay? So we are going to use those three for situations in the past, okay? What is the structure? Easy. Subject, any subject. I should have played better. I could have played better. I would have played better. Okay, that is, guys, it's so simple, or at least that seems so simple. Okay, so three past modals, okay? What are the three past modals?
Could, should, and would.
Excellent. Pronunciation is very similar. Could, should, would. Excellent. Perfect. Okay, let's move on. We have here an example. Daniel, can you read this example?
Yes. I would have driven faster.
Exactly. I would have driven faster. Thank you, Daniel. Okay, Brian, can you help me with the next one?
She should have spoken to someone else.
Okay, she should have spoken to someone else. That was great. Thank you, Brian. Now, can you please help me with this one, Andrea?
I should have called he police. Call he
Oh,
police.
the police. Yes, and I missed the T. Yes, I'm sorry, guys.
I should have called the police.
Exactly. I should have called the police. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Andrea. And Alfredo, please help me with this one.
We should have prepared more food.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Alfredo. Okay, guys, my only suggestion is um to practice this to sound more natural. Like we should have prepared more food. Okay, we should have. Instead of saying should have, because I think it's more difficult, we can say just we should have prepared more food. Okay, good job. And sorry guys, these three slides contains a lot of information, but I want you to read, okay? Because reading is actually something very nice. Let's see. Did you used to watch the Kirby show? No, no, I missed that. I know the Kirby game, but not the Kirby show. That is new for me. Okay, but now let's see. Who wants to read these guys?
Me
Okay,
could have plus past participle. Could have plus past participle means that something was possible in the past, or you had the ability to do something in the past, but that you didn't do it. See also modals of ability. I could have stayed up late, but I decided to go to bed early. They could have won the race, but they didn't try hard enough. Julie could have bought the book, but she borrowed, borrowed it from the library instead. He could have studied harder, but he was too lazy and that's why he failed the exam.
Okay, thank you. Yes, so could have is the first one that we are going to cover. Thank you, Andrea. So, guys, with this one, do you have any question, guys?
Not really.
Okay, perfect. So could have, guys, use this. What is the Spanish for this? Because for this type of things, guys, I always use the Spanish translation so we can be accurate because this can be confusing. So yo podría haber leído, comprado. So in this one, yo podría haberme quedado hasta tarde, pero decidí ir a la cama temprano. This is something that was a possibility in the past, but we didn't do it. Okay, that was a possibility. Okay, I could have helped more. Yo podría haber ayudado mejor. Okay, so guys, that is. So, um, let me see. Roberto, I'm going to tell you a sentence in Spanish. Please give me the English for the sentence.
Okay.
Yo podría haber obtenido una mejor nota en el examen, pero no estudié.
I could have a better rate for my exam, but I decided not to study.
Okay, I decided not to study. That is correct as well. But you can say I didn't study. And you missed something because you said I could have, and you missed gotten.
Sorry. I could have gotten a better rate, but I decided not to study.
Hey, okay, that was good. And that wasn't true, of course. But Roberto, can you try to say, I could have, instead of could have, can you say, I could have?
I could have.
I could have, and then the other part, okay? That
It
is
is something, it is like a slang. I
no, it's
could have.
not a slang, it's a contraction. I could have, okay?
I
It's
could
a
have.
exactly. And it's how they speak. So that's why I'm trying you to get used to this, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. I could have is possible and it's totally fine, but if you want to sound more, and I think it's easier if you say I could have and then just the past participle instead of thinking about three things: could plus have plus past participle. Okay, so great. Any question about this one, guys? No problem. More letters. Okay, so guys, I need a volunteer, please. Okay, Daniel.
I think that the main differences between could have and should have is that could have talks about past possibility and should have talked about decisions that should like it was an obligation to have made those choices in the past, like it was an obligation to have made those choices in the past in order to have a different result than the one we have today.
Yes, good call out. And also remember that this is something that we learned to express regrets. Oh, I should have
For
called
could
my
have
mother.
is used to express past possibility, but should have is like used to show past duty or past obligation, because Could have is like, for example, if I had made that choice, then maybe I would have a different result, but it doesn't imply that the result you have today is something bad. It could have been better, but you are not necessarily bad today. But should have, it was like, you should have made a good choice in the past, but you didn't do it. And the result you have today is most of the time something bad. So that's how I see it.
Yeah, that is totally fine. Exactly. And that seems that you have a very strong, let's say, um, you have done this connection, okay? And that's a strong connection that you have, and that is totally fine, okay? Because that will help you to get used to this. Because remember, guys, that you have to, if you understand something, your memory will work better, okay? So that is something really good. Okay, and remember, guys, this can also be used to express past regrets. Okay, oh, I should have done this. Okay, or as Maria said, a duty. I shouldn't have forgotten about my mom's birthday. Now I'm in troubles. Okay, a past duty that you didn't do. Also, as we are going to learn here for advices. Hey, you should have gone to the doctor yesterday. Okay, now you feel bad. Okay, so let's go. Daniel, I'm so sorry. Please continue.
Okay. Should have past participle. Should have plus past participle can mean something that would have been a good idea, but that you didn't do it. It's like giving advice about the past when you say it to someone else, or regretting what you did or didn't do when you are talking about yourself. Shouldn't have plus past participle means that something wasn't a good idea, but you did it anyway. Examples: I should have studied harder. I didn't study very hard and so I failed the exam. I'm sorry about this now. I should have gone to bed early. I didn't go to bed early and now I am tired. I shouldn't have eaten so much cake. I did eat a lot of cake and now I don't feel good. You should have called me when you arrived. You didn't call me and I was worried. I wish that you had called me. John should have left early. Then he wouldn't have missed the plane. But he didn't leave early, and so he did miss the plane.
All right, thank you so much, Daniel. And guys, if you want to be very technical, look at this uses. Okay, but if you want to use this naturally, it's not necessarily to know the rules. Okay, as in Spanish, maybe we don't know the rules, but you use this with common sense. So this is the same here, guys. But if you want to keep some things in mind, advices, okay, you should have done this instead of this, okay? Also, for regrets, okay, so two things that are easy to remember, and also something that was a good idea, but you didn't do it, or something that was a bad idea, but you still did it, okay? So that is something, guys, that you have to take into account for things, okay? But other than that, guys, just try to use it. Do you have questions?
No, not really.
Okay, perfect. So anytime you want to read this, it's going to be here in the presentation. Okay, and we have the last one, guys, which is would have plus past participle. Um, do we have a volunteer to read this?
Me,
Okay.
part of would have plus past participle. Uh, part of the third conditional. If I had had enough money, I would have bought a car, but I didn't have enough money, so I didn't buy a car. Second, because would and will can also be used to show if you want to do something or not. Volition, we can also use would have plus past participle to talk about something you wanted to do but didn't. This is very similar to the third conditional, but we don't need an if clause. Do I read the examples?
Yes, please.
Okay. I would have gone to the party, but I was really busy. It is equal to say, I wanted to go to the party, but I didn't because I was busy. If I hadn't been so busy, I would have gone to the party. The second one says, I would have called you, but I didn't know your number. It's like saying, I wanted to call you, but I didn't know your number, so I didn't call you. A, nobody volunteered to help us with the fair. Little B, I would have helped you. I didn't know you needed help. It's like saying, if I had known that you needed help, I would have helped you.
Okay, thank you, Brian. Difficult, right?
Yeah.
Confusing, a lot of information. So yes, I understand. Yep, that's why I included all these words here, guys, because if you want to have this information and this type of things, you have to be ground on this. So yes. Okay, take a look at this, guys. And first, the third conditional is something that we had studied already, okay? So yes, this is one of the use. Would have plus the past participle. If I had studied, I would have passed the exam, okay? So take this as your example. Also, we can only use would, okay, and will. Okay, would, okay, it's used without the if clause as well. And this is something that you can use for regrets in the past as well. And something like this. I would have called you, but I didn't know your number. Here we don't have the if clause, okay? I would have called you, but I didn't know your number, so I wanted to call you. And that is this volition refers to the use of your will. You wanted to do this, but you couldn't because you didn't have the phone number. So that is what it means, okay? That you had the will to call someone, that person, but you didn't have the number. But as I said, it's easier to use it than to understand all these small rules and very specific rules. So, but that is going to be up to you guys. If you want to study these rules, we have only two, not that difficult, but if you just want to use this, use for regrets or for something that you would have liked doing, but you didn't, so that is something else. Okay. Now, do you have questions about this?
No, not really.
Okay, perfect. Now you will realize that this is a lot easier than what you think, okay? Because always, guys, I don't know if you have ever gone to a training and when you are getting the training, you say, wow, this is so difficult. It's so complicated. But then when you are doing the things, it's a lot easier. So this is going to be the same. I'm going to give you a scenario, guys, and I want you to tell me what would you have done, okay, in this scenario. So please, my neighbors were playing loud music at 4 a.m. last night. What was my reaction? What would you have done? You will use I would have, okay, because this is a hypothetical situation. Si mis vecinos estuvieran escuchando música con un volumen alto a las 4 de la mañana, ok, si ellos lo estuvieran haciendo, ¿cuál hubiera sido mi reacción? Use would, have, and past participle. In my case, just to give you an example, if I had that person's phone number, I would have sent him or her a message. Okay? Hey, I'm trying to sleep. This is what I would have done. Okay? So now it's your turn. Tell me, what would you...
I would have called to the police.
Okay, I would have called the police. Okay, no warning. I would have called the police directly. Okay, yes, thank you, Nelson. Okay, the next one, I was overcharged at the supermarket. Okay, so what would you have done? Hmm? If you were overcharged at the supermarket, what would you do? Or what would you have done?
If I was overcharged at the supermarket, I would have started an appeal.
Okay, started an appeal. I would have called the manager, right? I would have escalated the situation. Okay, yes, if I were overcharged, sorry, if I were, remember with if clauses, we are going to use if I were. Okay, here we don't have the if, that's why we have I was overcharged. But if you are using if, you are going to say if I were, not if I was, okay? Perfect.
Copy.
Now then, okay, now the waiter brought me cold soup. We are going to omit this one, okay? And let's find something. I found a purse on the beach with $200 in and an address. So what would you have done in this case? Okay. Yes. What would have happened? Okay. Who hasn't participated? Alfredo. Okay, Alfredo, don't hide. What would you have done in this case? Hmm? Okay, Roberto.
What is the example?
This one?
This one. Sorry, I missed the question.
Okay, this is not a question, this is a scenario, okay? In this hypothetical scenario, you found a purse on the beach with $200 in and an address. You have to say, oh, yo hubiera ido a la casa de la persona y hubiera retornado la purse, okay? So something like this. What would you have done?
Mm, could you show me the grammar?
Yes, for sure. What we are going to do is what we are going to use is this structure. I would have, and then a verb in the past participle.
Hmm. I would have gone. No, no, no. I would have. Oh,
On
I
maybe.
would have gone to the address for the
Hmm?
owner,
Mm-hmm.
the owner address, and give it back to
Okay.
them, to him or to her. I don't know. I think
Okay.
it's her and gave it back. Jet.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because his hypothetical situation, we are going to use the past form instead of the present. So good. Excellent. Thank you, Roberto. So at the beginning, it was difficult, right?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay, but not a problem. Thank you so much. You did good. Excellent. Okay, guys. Now, a little bit more complicated. Okay, so this is, in Spanish, it would go like this. Tú encontraste una, si tú encuentras una purse is like the wallet, but for a girl, ¿cómo sería? Una cartera, digamos, en la playa con $200 dentro y una dirección. ¿La regresarías? ¿O qué harías tú con esto? How do you say all of this in English, guys? All I have said. How do you say this in English? ¿Cómo plantean ese escenario? Since this is impossible, what we will do.
Maybe if you had found a purse on the beach with 200 in an address, what would you do?
Excellent. Okay. ¿Lo regresarías? How do you say that?
Uh, would you return it or give
Perfect.
it back? Give it back.
Excellent. There we
Give it.
go.
Give it back.
Excellent. Daniel, it seems that you have been studying, right? Or no?
Practicing is the key.
Practicing is the key, exactly. Okay, so you did excellent, Daniel. It wasn't difficult, so that was good. Excellent, guys. So, before we close the class, do you have questions, guys, about this? Comments, fears, doubts? No? Okay.
My comment is that the game was nice.
Oh, the game was nice. We are going to continue with the game next week.
It was very lovely.
Okay, thank you. That, of course, makes me happy. Okay, perfect, guys. So let me stop sharing here. And I want to thank you guys. We are only six in today's class. That means that we are just a few of you and you are the regular comers. Now that you're here, I want to thank you guys because you, Maria, Daniel, Brian, Nelson, and Andrea, you are like the people who is always in class, and I really love that. So thank you so much for that, guys. And Roberto, thank you for joining the classes in this course in the intermediate 3. And Alfredo, thank you also for being a regular comer. I do appreciate it. I hope you have, guys, a great weekend and that you can assist to the next and last week of classes, okay, which is going to be on Monday. Um, Please work in the platform, guys, and send me your progress. This is really important. We only have one week left So please do your best. Do the last effort, guys. We only have 1 week. After this week, you will go to bed at 9. Okay, we will not have classes. So please do your best. Okay, do your best, practice, and we are going to have a final test, which is a placement test, which is not from Código, is not from me. It's a regular placement test, and that will be cruel. Okay, that will be cruel. So you have to be ready for that. Okay, guys. With that being said, thank you for coming. I hope to see you next week, all of you.
Good night. Thank you very much.
Good
Thank-
night.
Night, everyone.
Good night.
Night.